Hello everyone! While you wait for the 3-card blind tournament results, I thought I would share you some fun facts about the tournament for December. There were 115 participants for December, and 32 of those players were brand new participants for the 3-card blind event. So if you're watching this video, welcome and thanks for participating. Out of 115 decks submitted, 94 of those decks were unique. That would give our meta diversity score an 81.74%. Included in these decks were 47 cards that hadn't seen play in the 3-card blind main event until this December. This included new to the format powerhouses like Volatile Fault, as well as classics like Aether Vial, Noble Hierarch, and Solitude that for one reason or another hadn't found their way into the main event until now. I was really excited to see that this month there were 75 new deck lists that we hadn't ever seen played before in the main event. I'm going to quickly share with you a few of the deck lists that were my favorites because they did something really unique or I thought they were very creative. Let's start by looking at Arcturus' deck, Nether Spirit, Simian Spirit Guide, and Sonic Seizure. The deck uses Sonic Seizure to get Nether Spirit into its graveyard, and from there, Nether Spirit is basically an invincible blocker and can even win some games against decks that have a slower win condition. What I like most about this deck is it showcases how unique 3-card blind can be. Sonic Seizure for almost any other format is basically a strictly worse version of Lightning Bolt. Because 3-card blind allows you to sculpt the perfect hand, we can actually take advantage of Sonic Seizure's drawback and turn it into an upside in decks like this one. Next, I'd like to take a look at two very similar deck lists that used Karakas and Porphyry nodes. Nick was using Inkmoth Nexus as his win condition, and Koitru was using Isamaru, Hound of Konda. Porphyry nodes is an incredibly powerful hate piece that makes it very difficult for opponents to deploy their creatures at all. The challenge for using the card, however, is that you cannot use a threat that also will be killed by Porphyry nodes without missing some value on the nodes itself. So for example, if I was going to use something like Sen's Tactician and Porphyry nodes, the trouble is that if I deploy my Sen's Tactician to try to win the game, it gives my opponent the opportunity to play their threat, knowing full well that if I want to leverage my Porphyry nodes, I'm also going to eventually have to kill my own Sen's Tactician. Nick gets around this by using a man land. Inkmoth Nexus won't be a creature except when we want it to be, so it can avoid being destroyed by Porphyry nodes. What's really clever about Koitru's list is that because Isamaru is legendary, Koitru can use his own Karakas to bounce Isamaru back to his own hand to avoid it being killed by Porphyry nodes. The last deck I'd like to share with you today was submitted by Suede, and it was Gleeful Demolition, Rustvale Bridge, and Warden of the Inner Sky. I think this deck is neat because it can leverage Gleeful Demolition both to destroy an opponent's artifact or to target its own indestructible artifact land to get those 3 1/1s. From there, it can opt to use a go wide strategy, or in the event that it needs something a little bigger, the 3 goblins can be leveraged by Warden of the Inner Sky to grow it into a very large threat with both flying and vigilance. I hope you all enjoyed this little sneak peek into December's 3-card blind tournament. Thank you again to all of those who chose to participate this month. And regardless of whether you participated or you just enjoyed the spectacle, thanks for watching, and see you soon.